Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Dominik Mysterio is set for a huge match on WWE Raw against a mystery opponent, and should he win, he will get a world title shot. Now, his opponent has been revealed by Adam Pearce, and Mysterio and Finn Balor have reacted. Last week, Carlito reached out to Adam Pearce to demand that Dominik Mysterio get a World Heavyweight Championship match against Gunther. The demand was ridiculous to Adam Pearce, and he made that clear, revealing that he thought it was funny. However, when Carlito continued to insist, Pearce said that he would make a match for this week's Raw, where Dominik would have to face a former world champion. Should Mysterio win this match, then he will get a shot against Gunther for the title. On Raw this week, Dominik Mysterio and the rest of the Judgment Day approached Adam Pearce backstage and said that they wanted to know who Mysterio would be facing. An already impatient Pearce had nothing to hide and let them know that Mysterio would be facing ex-World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. With the match now finalized, Dirty Dom reacted by saying that he was not worried about facing Priest and said that he knew all of the tricks of the former champion. Finn Balor, though, was not having it and warned him to be careful as he was even more familiar with Priest. Balor noted that the Archer of Infamy was not to be underestimated. Priest is a former Judgment Day member, and his issues with the faction are sure to crop up when the stars face each other. The atmosphere on WWE Raw was electric, with fans buzzing in anticipation of the night's main event. Tension hung in the air as Adam Pearce stood in the ring, holding a microphone in his hand. He had just made a shocking announcement about the WWE Championship scene. There was talk of a mystery opponent being unveiled for a title shot against the champion, and the entire roster, including Dominik Mysterio, couldn't help but wonder who it could be. Dominik Mysterio, the self-proclaimed Dirty Dom, stood backstage, staring intently at the screen as Adam Pearce prepared to reveal the identity of the mystery challenger. Dominik had become an increasingly dominant force in WWE, especially with the backing of his father, Rey Mysterio, and the Judgment Day stable. He had his eyes set on championship gold, and the thought of someone else being given the opportunity to compete for it without him was an insult he couldn't bear. "That's my shot," Dominik muttered under his breath, pacing back and forth as the camera focused on him in the backstage area. "No one deserves it more than me. Who is this mystery opponent? I'm the future of this company, not some mystery nobody." As the announcement grew nearer, Dominik's irritation grew with it. The mystery had already stirred his emotions, but he had no idea how much more it would come to a head when Adam Pearce made his reveal. The big reveal. The camera cut to the ring, where Adam Pearce finally stood ready to deliver the long-awaited reveal. The crowd was on edge, eager to see who would face the champion. The lights dimmed, and Pearce took a deep breath before he spoke. "The time has come," Pearce began, pausing for dramatic effect. "The WWE Universe has been waiting for this moment. The mystery opponent for tonight's WWE Championship match is none other than CM Punk." The crowd erupted in a deafening cheer. Dominik Mysterio, who had been watching intently on the backstage monitor, stood frozen in place for a moment. His expression twisted from frustration to disbelief as he processed the shocking news. His thoughts swirled as he realized the enormity of the announcement. Dominik's initial reaction. "What? CM Punk?" Dominik shouted in disbelief. "Who the hell does he think he is?" Dominik spat, slamming his fist into a nearby locker. "This is supposed to be my moment. My time to shine." Dominik had worked tirelessly, with the help of the Judgment Day, to get into a position where he could earn a title shot. He had beaten many competitors, using his own methods and the underhanded tactics that were now his trademark. He had aligned himself with the most dominant faction in WWE, yet all of that seemed to be overshadowed by the return of a superstar who had already cemented his place in wrestling history. The feeling of injustice. Back in the locker room, Dominik paced relentlessly. He couldn't shake the feeling of injustice. His title aspirations had always been a hot topic, with critics often questioning whether he truly had what it took to stand on his own. But now, here was CM Punk, a man who had become famous for his rebellious attitude, granted an immediate shot at the championship. This isn't fair. Dominik fumed. What have I done wrong? I've been here, grinding every week, doing whatever it takes to get ahead, and this guy waltzes in after how many years? No, no, no. This is my time, and I'm not gonna let some washed-up has-been ruin it for me. The door to the locker room suddenly creaked open, and in walked Rhea Ripley, the enforcer of the Judgment Day and Dominik's close ally. She raised an eyebrow at Dominik's agitated state, her arms crossed over her chest. Calm down, Dom, Rhea said, her tone stern. You're not gonna get anywhere by losing your mind. We've been through worse than this, remember? Dominik stopped pacing and turned to face her, frustration still burning in his eyes. This is different, Rhea, he exclaimed. CM Punk doesn't deserve that opportunity. I do. I've been here, paying my dues, while he just strolls in and gets a title shot. It's complete bull. Rhea gave a small smirk and stepped forward, placing a hand on his shoulder. Listen, I get it, Rhea said. But you're not gonna get far by standing in the back and throwing tantrums. You've got to take advantage of moments like these. You know what we've always said, if you want something, you take it. Dominik paused, taking a deep breath. Rhea was right. He couldn't let his anger consume him. He had always been taught to seize opportunities, and now was no different. All right, Dominik muttered, his eyes narrowing. If CM Punk wants to be the big hero, fine. But I'm gonna make sure that his moment is short-lived. The world is gonna see what happens when they give the title to the wrong guy. The plan of action. Dominik was no longer willing to let the situation slip through his fingers. As much as he loathed the thought of CM Punk taking the spotlight, he knew that he could use this moment to his advantage. His eyes gleamed with a new determination. The plan was simple. If he couldn't get the title shot by the traditional means, he would take matters into his own hands. Tonight, I'm gonna make sure CM Punk's return ends before it even begins, Dominik muttered under his breath. I'm gonna show everyone who really deserves to be in the spotlight, and it's not some nostalgic wrestler. Rhea gave a sly smile. That's the spirit. You've got this. Dominik nodded, his mind racing with ideas for how he would insert himself into the title match. Whether it was interfering in Punk's title opportunity or ensuring the champion came out victorious, he was determined to make sure the WWE Universe knew that Dominik Mysterio was the future. As the night wore on and the main event drew closer, Dominik's anger and frustration had morphed into a laser-like focus.